Yeah.
Okay, whenever you are.
Okay, this is how you write an offer. You go to car.org, and then you go to zip form 6. And then you're gonna do the zip form plus. That's it's like new. They just launched it, and it works a lot better. So okay, now you can see all the transactions that we've done. So if you ever need to go in and add a form, you can just double click on whatever and whatever address, and it'll say if it's a listing or if it's a purchase agreement. Listing, there's a purchase one. So if you need to go in and add like a counteroffer or a request for repairs or something, you can just double click and add it there. But if you're going to do a new, let's say we're going to do a new listing agreement, and I actually need to do one, so we can do one right now.
So you hit the plus.
Oh, yeah. So this is plus, or no, that's delete. So if you kind of scroll over it, it'll tell you what it is. That's all the forms. This is add a new transaction. That's delete one. Import, export, I don't know what those are. I don't ever use those. Forms advisor, I don't use that either. Clause manager, I'm not sure. You can look up for a certain form. Mortgage calculator, don't really use that. Vault statistics, don't use that. And service providers don't use that either. So you're pretty much just going to use create new or delete. So whatever street it is, so let me just, I think it's, okay, so 1944. And then you're going to say, is it a listing, purchase, lease? It's a listing. This is a residential. If it's 2 to 4 unit, you'll do multi-unit. That's the only ones we're going to do. We don't do commercial, vacant, or industrial. We might do a vacant land one. I haven't done one, but you never know. Office address, prudential. That's the only option. And then I have templates. So you're going to go in here and do, if it's a listing agreement, do the listing. If it's an offer, like a buyer is going to make an offer, you do the offer one. Template, I don't know what that is, just ignore that one. But you're either going to do a listing or an offer. Save. Okay. And then this automatically comes up if you need to add another form, but I already have all the forms in there because when you make a template, then it includes all the forms you need. So we're just gonna hide that. Okay. And then, but also this makes it easy if you want to add a cover sheet, then you just enter all the information on the cover sheet and it auto-populates it into the other forms. So I just went in here and added a cover sheet. It's the first one. So let's go through and do the cover sheet. Now usually when you do this, especially for listings, you want to go in first to the MLS and pull the tax record so you know exactly who you're writing the listing agreement out for. So let's see. We're going to pull this one, go to the tax record, and okay, you're just going to copy and paste it from the tax record. So easy. Now we're back in zip forms. Name. You can put their address. Sometimes it's not the correct address, so just double check that. That's all. You don't need to put their phone number, email, any of that. That's fine. And check this box if you'd like an X to appear on all signature and initial lines for seller 1. Yes. And let's say if there was a seller 2, you would put that information here, but there's not on this one, as you can see on the tax record. Okay. So we can put in the MLS number. Street name, 1944. Oops. Little Street, La Jolla, County, San Diego, State, California, zip code 92037. Legal description, leave that blank. Tax ID, leave that blank. Assessor's parcel number, that is going to be this one, APN, Assessor's parcel number. That's what that stands for, right there. Also, in the listing, it's right there, APN, and it's an automatic link to the tax record. But we'll go through that later. List date, we usually do listings for 6 months. So, but he's gonna go present to her today, but usually it takes a while for things to get like going, and if they have to do any like landscaping or gardening, so I'll just start it on Monday. And then expiration date, so we're gonna do 6 months. So if you know, it's hard to like calculate it exactly, so I just like go on Google and calculate it. So
Vivian, please call 101.
let's see. Okay, so it would be like, let's just use January 1st. You can't do more than 6 months, or else Prudential doesn't let you do it, or else it's entrapment. So make sure it's just 6 months. Okay, listed price, unless he tells you specific price, you're just going to leave that blank and he can fill that in. So selling firm, you don't know that yet. You don't know who's going to make an offer. We're the listing firm, so that's all right. Lender, we don't know that yet. Appraisal, title, just leave that all blank. Okay, so you're done there. So you can either hit save here, or you can just go on to the next form. Start at the top. Okay, now this is an visual disclosure. So when Carlos goes on a listing agreement, he's going to take all these documents there. And usually when he goes to the listing agreement, you're going to give him the AVID. The AVID is not part of the listing agreement, but you're going to need that later in the transaction. And let's say the property is like really far in like Poway or Escondido. He's not going to want to drive up there like a million times. So if he just goes when he takes the listing, then he already has this and he can just get it all done at one time. So we're just going to fill this out. 1944 Little Street. Prudential. All this is pretty much filled in already. California, 92037. Do today's date, because that's when the inspection is being done. And Carlos is going at 4. Weather conditions, partly cloudy. Other persons present, seller. Put whoever's going to be there. Sometimes the inspector will be there. And then we don't know this yet. Seller is, this one doesn't auto-populate sometimes. I don't know why it doesn't, but just copy it from Realist again. And then we're done. You can save it, or it'll automatically save when you go to the next form. So now you just kind of go through. I don't usually put the date, because sometimes I don't sign it right away, so I just leave that blank. Next form. Check the box. Make sure all the boxes are checked. So you're going to check the box next to, there's only one seller. If there was 2, you would check both boxes, but no, just check the one.
Hi.
Hi.
Wendy.
Hi, Wendy, Jennifer.
Nice to meet you. Are
Nice to
you
meet
new?
you.
Is she the new person?
No.
Oh.
She's videoing me, so the next person can
Oh.
get training. So.
Okay, so here you go.
Ooh, awesome. Thank you.
When's the new girl start? I thought she started today.
Well, she got
backed
a better offer, so she. Yeah. Okay. Are we still? Okay.
I can cut that out.
Those are disclosures. Okay, so the next form is a modification of terms. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fourth form down. This also, you don't need it yet, but we just do it when we do the little listing package because he likes to show it. So you just click the field, so listing agreement between dated today's date between Prudential and the seller. That's already auto-filled in. The address is auto-filled in too because we've already filled it out on the other forms.
Vivian, please forward.
And this would be if, let's say 60 days down the road we need to change the price, then you would go in and do that here. Or if you need to extend the listing for any reason, or if you need to make any other changes, you would do it here. So, I'm not going to put the date because they're not going to sign it yet. This is just for in the future. And then auto-populate seller. There's only one seller, Prudential. All that's already filled in. Don't put any dates. And then we're going to go to listing agreement. And then, so this is already filled in because we went and filled it in the cover sheet, so it's already filling. Leave the listing price blank. Okay, it's already going to be, it's always 6% unless